And one of Mexico's most wanted cartel leaders has been captured. Mexican authorities say they've detained Juarez cartel leader Vicente Carrillo Fuentes. He faces a number of U.S. charges, including drug trafficking, conspiracy, money laundering, and ordering people to be killed. The U.S. offered up to $5 million for information leading to Fuentes' arrest or conviction. More now on the fight against ISIS militants. The world's attention may be focused right now on the battle for the Syrian town of Kobani, but the Syrian regime isn't letting up in its campaign against opposition forces. An opposition group says government aircrafts bombed a suburb of Damascus. Activists say at least 25 civilians were killed, including 4 women and 4 children. This amateur video posted on social media claims to show its aftermath. And the United Nations says more than 3 million people have fled Syria because of the brutal civil war. But when you add the unregistered refugees, that number is actually much higher. Take a look at the numbers on the screen. The total number of refugees, according to regional governments, 1.6 million in Turkey, 1.5 million in Lebanon, and 1.4 million in Jordan. Thousands of Iraqis fleeing ISIS militants are heading to Baghdad looking for jobs and places to live. And even though they get some help from the government, they depend on friends and on strangers to get by. Senior international correspondent Ben Wiedemann has the story.
A tire shop is an unlikely place to make a home, but when you've lost everything, you take what you can get. The Falis family, Christians from northern Iraq, have lived here in Baghdad since June. They fled their home in Karakush near Mosul as ISIS overran the town. My friend, who owns this place, told me bring your family to live here and we'll take care of the rest, says Sami, the father. The shop owner, by the way, is a Muslim. 8-year-old Isa rocks the cradle of his brother Fahad, born in Baghdad. The smell of tires permeates the room. In an annex to a mosque in northeast Baghdad, 18 families, about 100 people, have also found a temporary home. They are Shabak, a Shia minority from northern Iraq, just one of many ancient communities driven from their lands by ISIS, which continues to smash the complicated ethnic mosaic that was Iraq into 1,000 pieces. Hamid Ismail tells me the local community has been generous. Until now, we haven't had to pay for anything out of our pockets, he says, but our lives are back there. That's where our homes are, where our forefathers lived. There we had our friends, our relatives, our graves, and our land. Mahmoud Hussein and his family live in a classroom in a nearby elementary school that now shelters 140 people from the north. He can't afford medicine for his ailing wife, Khadija. When they arrived in Baghdad, the family slept on the pavement before coming here. All we want is to go back to our homes, to our neighborhood, says Fatima, Mahmoud's daughter-in-law. If we could return home and be safe, we'd be happy to sleep on the bare ground. Thousands of people fleeing ISIS have come to Baghdad, but there are no camps in this sprawling city, no facilities to support them. Most depend on the kindness of strangers and friends for help. So this man has problems with his kidneys. He doesn't have enough money to pay for the operation. He needs medicine. And everybody here seems to have problems, health problems. The kids all have diarrhea. People are desperately looking for work that they can't find. Now, the government has tried to help them. In theory, every family that's been displaced gets $1 million dinars. That's about $800. But that money quickly disappears, and they've got nothing else. The kindness of strangers can only go so far. Ben Wiedemann, CNN, Baghdad.
So nice to see strangers helping each other. Let's hope those refugees get to go home soon.